It's day one of training camp, and today consists of the physical testing portion of fitness for players entering camp. This comes after yesterday's medical clearance test and functional movement screening, all part of what players are expected to do before hitting the ice.
For the pre-screening, we have to make sure that they're suitable to come here and do fitness testing, because if somebody comes in that's prone to injury or just fresh off an injury and then we put them into high-intensity testing or anything like that, then we're putting ourselves at a risk to injure these people. So today what we had was they would come in, we had body weight, we had height, body fat percentage. We also had grip test and followed that by power bench. So a little bit more than your traditional bench press. We're looking at how fast they can move the bar and measuring that with a device. So really looking at how powerfully they can move the weight. From that, they went over to the high trainer, where we did a 20-meter sprint, measuring all kinds of things from peak power to their peak speed, to the time to complete the 20 meters, to right leg versus left leg. So we get a lot of good data out of that as well, to look at the power that they can produce in the lower body, which is obviously important for hockey players.
This is Patrick's first year with the Hamilton Bulldogs, but he's no stranger to the sport. He was with McGill Hockey for the past 6 years and knows that in this sport there is no off-season.
But I'm sure there were players that took advantage of the time off. But nowadays, I mean, there's a lot more at stake in terms of making the teams, and obviously the finances involved in that. So it's a big business now, and I mean, players come in extremely prepared, and if they don't, no, it's not very acceptable for sure, because unless they've come off a very short off season, or perhaps they've had an injury, then that's something that is maybe a little bit more excusable. But in general sense, we expect them to come in top shape.
Everything they do here is highly geared towards finding the status of a player's physical fitness, so they don't get lost in the system.
It's basically to decipher who is at a risk, and we can find things that would maybe later lead to an injury, and if we catch that before time, then we can give that person more adaptive capacity to deal with the stresses that you see in professional sports. People that we have hopes for them to move up to the higher level. Obviously, we want to put energy and help them kind of develop to their full potential, and by doing these tests we're able to see where they have deficiencies and where they really need to put some work into. So we've, I think the data collection has really changed over time, but now we get some really good data to kind of help us know what they have to work on if they're going to go to the next level.